Hey Skullbells TV, in this video we're going to show you what to look for when you're shopping for a ribeye and how to grill it to perfection. If you go to any nice steakhouse, this is easily a $250 meal, and we were able to score these for $50 at our local grocery store here in Pacific Beach called Ralph's. So the biggest misconception that we hear on the carnivore diet is that you're gonna go flat broke if you do it because of the cost of red meat. And while red meat is expensive, there are a couple things that you can do to minimize the impact that it has on your bank account. The first one is to go for the fattier cuts of meat. First of all, because they're just delicious, but the biggest mistake that we see people make when they go carnivore is they're always going for the leaner cuts. The leaner cuts are typically more expensive than the fattier cuts, and then it backfires because if they're going from a high carb diet to, in this case, a no carb or a zero carb diet, your body doesn't have the amount of fuel that it's used to. And so you got to replace that fuel with something different or something better in this case, because fat is fuel for Ferraris. And of course, the obvious way that it's going to help you save money is because of everything that you're not having to purchase along with it. This meal has every single nutrient that your body needs in it. And so there's no need for potatoes, a salad, nothing else on this side.
We're just moving it over here to the side where it's a little hotter. We're going to get a better sear.
Okay.
We'll get those good grill marks on there.
Cool. And why are we not closing the lid, man?
It's only an inch thick. We don't want to cook it on the inside, so we're going to give it a good hot sear on each side and try to leave the inside as raw as we can. If we shut the lid, it works kind of like an oven, and it's going to cook the inside faster than what we want.
And you may be wondering, what's all this about raw meat or severely undercooked meat? Well, a couple different things. So first of all, think about how our ancestors would have been eating, right? Just use common sense. Would we have always had time to cook the meat right after we ate it? No, you had to eat it before your brother ate it, right? Also, if you look at the work by Francis M. Pottinger, you'll find that raw meat is actually more bioavailable, and when you cook meat, it actually adds oxalates into it. So rule of thumb, if you do eat vegetables, if you do consume vegetables, you want to cook them quite a bit more than most people do, because that cooks the oxalates out. When you cook meat, it actually adds oxalates to the meat. And so if you want to have as low inflammation as possible, which is why most people come to the carnivore diet in the first place, raw is best. There you go.
I'm just going to shut this for a minute and get the heat flashing so it's kind of like an oven. It's just going to kind of surround these outer edges and kind of give it a better cooked appearance. We don't have the rawness of that, and it's going to help heat up this fat so it sort of renders out a little bit and we don't have any cold fat on there.
Nice. And you've probably noticed the complete lack of seasonings that we're using too, because the Celtic sea salt brings out the natural flavor of the steak just about better than anything. Any kind of garlic, Montreal steak seasoning even, in our opinion, just covers up the natural flavor of the steak. We try to bring it out.
You can also kind of fold these in half, and you can see right inside here the doneness level, and that's probably about a rare, medium rare. So we're going to go ahead and call that good. Colt and I both like them pretty rare.
That's right. So there you go, everybody. What you just saw was the single best meal that I have eaten since I've been living in San Diego, actually. And it only cost $50 from our local grocery store. And so you're probably starting to get an idea for why so many carnivores eat only 1 or 2 meals a day. And it's because these ribeyes that you see have everything that your body possibly needs. They are loaded with iron. And that's heme iron, actually, which is much more bioavailable than what you'll get out of plants. And so 50 milligrams of iron from spinach, not the same as the iron that your body can actually use, which is in a steak like you see here. Creatine, very natural source of creatine, right? It's great for your brain. It also helps muscle cells to produce energy and supports their function. Niacin, B vitamins, right? Essential in the production of energy in the body. Zinc aids in metabolism, digestion, and nerve function. CLA is extremely important for promoting fat loss and muscle building, actually, and it's also very critical in burning visceral fat, which is the fat around your organs, and puts you at higher risk for ischemic heart disease, stroke, other heart complications, right? Omega 3s. It's a very favorable omega 3 to omega 6 ratio compared to other meats. And there's also a very high amount of selenium, which works with iodine to maintain proper thyroid function. Comment below with one thing that you learned, share it with a friend if you found it helpful, and let us know what you would like to see next, because Casey and I are cooking up all kinds of good stuff, and we want to share with you what's working for us.